let's go on to our second topic of the morning. We're going to use the same cards. Let me give them a ruffle shuffle here, and we'll see what we get. What is the second topic of the day? The first one was on awareness, going deeper. Let's see what the topic here is. Okay, so the second topic is ascension, moving upwards. Now that's an interesting one, isn't it? It's a tree, but you look at it and it can also be hands. Oh, this is great artwork on this deck. I've just never noticed this before. Wow. I do like that kind of open prayer again. Having gratitude for what's coming. Ascension. Yeah. Opening up to moving forward. Really nice. If you have your hands open and stuff, it's like the tree, you get rooted. If, you get rooted, not easily moved in your ascension process. So moving into the light. I like that. He's walking up the steps into the tree, like the tree of life. Okay, moving forward. Supplication, asking the universe to open things to you. Yeah, the star. For asking for the highest. Asking for the highest. We're going to do the other cards this time. I'm feeling like this is the deck we need this time. Asking the universe for the highest, and the universe wants our highest good. The one that gets in the way is ourselves. We are our own worst enemy in this. Just like we're the worst enemy of nature, Mother Gaia has no problem taking care of herself. It's when man tries to manipulate it that we wind up having the difficulties and the problems. So this is opportunity, ascension, the ascension and the opportunities that come to move forward. And the opportunities to move forward are not always simple. It's like the other reading today on awareness, okay? Sometimes they can be looking at things deeper that are triggering us and asking ourselves why. Why is this triggering? Why is there such a reactionary thing to it? Okay? Because it's usually not the thing that's triggering us as a problem, it's our reaction to it. Our action and reaction. Okay? So are we really wanting to ascend? Okay? Are we really grateful for what the universe is bringing? Okay? Do we have our hands open, or we close them and say, no more, I don't want any more. No, go away. Okay? So if we want our highest good, we want to reach the stars, then we have to be grateful for the opportunities for the things that are coming in our lives. Okay, the challenge is the world. Okay, the challenge is dealing with the world, our world. What is it we have constructed? Okay, what is it we're holding to? What is it we're fighting against? Okay, playfulness. Okay, the challenge is to be playful, to be more open, not not fighting against everything, not being closed off to it, being open and seeing the life as an adventure. Okay, it's an opportunity. All of these things are opportunities for our growth that come along. Okay, Now, we can either see them as opportunities for growth, or we can say that something is challenging us, something is coming against us, and we can fight and we can rail and we can do all of that. But, again, things are going to continue to keep coming until we get until we stop being our own worst enemies, okay? Going forward, void. Now, like I say, things are not devoid, they are the pregnant void. What are we going to do with what's coming? Resilience. Yeah. These things, the things that come are always opportunities for growth. It's void, it's a pregnant void, it's something that's coming into, and are we resistant or are we resilient? Okay? Are you going to bend or are you going to break? Okay? Are you going to go with the flow of things? Okay? See what's coming up. Again, if you want ascension, then the hands have to be open. Okay, the hands have to be open in supplication. And the more that accepting we are of the things that comes, the more rooted we can become, the more we can go into flow, and the better our lives become. Okay? Now the challenging things, again, they're going to come up. Everybody's life has some challenging things that are coming up, and the way we act and react with those things is going to determine whether we are happy or whether we are just miserable with everything. Can we go with the flow? Or are we going to kick at the goads? Okay? Are you going to kick at the goads, or are you going to go forward and let the world be as the world is? Enjoy it. Go into the playfulness of life rather than fighting against everything that comes up. What are the opportunities that are going to come? Are we open to opportunities, or are we closed off? Okay. If we want ascension, if we want to go forward in our lives to the higher things, higher ideals, then we're going to be challenged along the way. That's the way it works. Okay? That's the way it works. Sometimes we just have to hang tough, and go through minute by minute in the really difficult times. If you've ever gone through the dark night of the soul, it's challenging. There is nothing fun about it. There's nothing easy about it, but it is an opportunity for growth. Things get harder and they get harder and they get harder until we finally are ready to stop and look. Okay? Sometimes people have to fall really hard. They have to hit rock bottom before they begin to ask God for help, before they begin to open to help. Okay? If ego is really resistant, then sometimes it's got to be just knocked upside the head. Okay? And I guarantee if you're fighting with Kali, Kali is time, and Kali and time will win. Okay? There is no if, ands, or buts about that. Kali is going to win. Time is going to win. Okay? Time wears everything down. Look at the Grand Canyon. Okay? Just time and the constant wearing away, constant wearing away, constant wearing away. Okay? And that's what it is in the spiritual life. It's a constant flow. Okay? So are we going to go with the flow? Are we going to challenge ourselves? Are we willing to look deeper? Or are we going to fight against everything that comes our way? Okay? Again, we have the pregnant void. The divine is. Opportunity. We have free will. What are we going to do with it? Okay? Are we going to use it for benefit? Or are we going to whine and bitch and moan about it when it comes up? Are we going to be resilient? Okay? and go forward, grow deeper roots, okay? Or again, are we just going to scream and shout and stamp and have a tantrum, and that's not going to aid anything, okay? We see these ones, it hits me about the road rage. Somebody's going along, they're not sitting there trying to make you upset, but you want to rush, and so you get bent out of shape, pissed off. They're going to go up and cut them off, slam on their brakes, do something stupid because their ego is offended. How dare you be in my way? Okay? And they get angry and they get road rage. And for what? For what? Okay? You see this so often. People are so wound up and, and like anything that's said or done is an affront against them. They take it personally and want to make it about themselves. It's not about them. Maybe somebody that's just in front of you is on the leisurely drive. They're not in a big rush. Okay? The fact that you're in a rush and you're upset, what does that have to do with them? Again, that's your own thing, your own angst, your own anger coming up. And for what? Somebody else in front of you doesn't have the right to drive in a leisurely manner. Okay? So again, if something's coming up and it's triggering like that, like the road rage thing, look at why. What is so important or so, that it is making you so angry? Okay? So this is again looking at, if we are being challenged, we are being, when our anger and hackles are up about something, look at why. What's really going on? What's being taken so personally that, something's against me, how dare they, getting crazy, and for what? 9 out of 10, it's not personalized at all, but you're taking it personally, and for what? Okay? Okay. The person driving in front of you, maybe it's somebody that's elderly, okay? Maybe it's somebody that's a new driver, they're not real confident, okay? And then you take it as they're just out to irritate me. How dare they, and they get in road rage and get crazy and wind up shooting at people. So ignorant for something like that, and for why? For why? So if you find yourself getting wound up about something, take a breath and look at it and say, why am I getting so upset? Why am I getting so wound up? What is actually happening? Okay? What's actually happening that's triggering this response? That I'm so irritated with this and so irritated with that. Okay? If you want peace, you say, I want peace, then every experience is going to come to trigger the opposite of that, so you can learn peace. If you want patience, then everything is going to come up to show you impatience, so you can learn patience. What is it you're looking in your life? Because what you're going to get is the challenge to that. Okay? If you want to be strong, then what do you have to do? You have to lift the barbells. Okay? You have to challenge that and build things up. Okay? That's the way it works. If you want light, then what's going to happen? Everything that's going to challenge what you feel is dark is going to come. Okay? That's the way the universe works. People think if I pray for peace, immediately peace is going to descend on me. Okay? No, it's going to be the opposite. Everything that challenges that is going to come until you can find that peace within. Okay? Until you're no longer rocked by any of those types of things. So the process of ascension is rooting, staying rooted like the tree. A tree takes a long time to grow. You don't plant a sapling and the next day it's a huge oak. It takes time, okay? The roots have to grow deep in the ground. They have to get rooted, okay? Take their nourishment, okay? And if you want ascension, you have to ask the universe for it and then be accepting of what comes of the life's lessons, okay? You're not going to get ascension if you're asking, to move forward and the lessons come and you want to fight against them and say that's not the lesson I want. That's not what I want to. No, that's hard. That's difficult. I don't want any difficulties. I want ascension, but I want the universe to be like a big Santa Claus and just give me whatever I want. And it's supposed to be easy. And God's supposed to be so enamored because I'm paying attention. God is not enamored because all of a sudden you want to make progress, okay? Like I said, God, the divine is the pregnant void, and we have free will. So what are we going to do with what comes our way? Are we going to fight against it? Or are we going to see it as an opportunity? And not every opportunity for growth, like I said, is easy. Some of them, and the most growth we can get are the most challenging things that come in our lives. Okay? But the challenging things are there to get us to stop and look deeper, to question. Okay? And if we question deep enough, we look deep enough, we can get to the bottom, the seed of it, and cut the knots. Because 9 out of 10, it's not what's coming is the problem. It is our focus on it. It is our how we deal with it, how we interact with it. Okay? How we interact with it. If there is someone in your life that triggers you at every turn, ask why. What is it? It's usually not something that they're doing. It's something within us that we haven't resolved, that keeps coming up, that's something we need to look at and come to awareness about. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here for today. Like I said, the first one we had was on awareness. And the second part of it today was on ascension. Wanting growth. But if we're asking for growth, we're wanting growth, then we have to have open and receive it. Okay? We have to be willing to receive it. We can't say we want ascension, we want growth, but no, I don't want it that way. I don't want to challenge myself. Okay? I want everything served up on a platter. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here. Much love and light, and we'll see you online.